Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, or grand rising. Hello, y'all. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. I am so happy you're here. My name is Montina. And yes, that's my government name. And this is a safe space and place for wives that are doing the work, women that are doing the work, women that want relationships, women that want to attract the love they desire and deserve, women just that are like, okay, I am pro man, but I know that sometimes I have to menopause because they act crazy or have crazy tendencies, whatever you want to call it. We know that it is not easy being in a relationship or being in a marriage. And so we're here because we laugh together. Sometimes we cry together. And sometimes some of us are in the valley, coming out the valley and looking over the valley. But this is a place for women that really are desiring to be married or love being married, right? So I created this because I realized just talking to girlfriends and over the years that marriages work, yes. And everyone says, oh my God, marriages work. But they just say to do one thing, and that's communicate. And how do you communicate with someone when you're frustrated, hurt, angry, annoyed? Life is happening, kids are happening, grandkids are happening, in-laws, siblings, just life. And they make it just seem like it's so easy. And you look up and people are like, well, I've been married 35 years. And it's like there's no practical guidance, in my opinion. I wanted to create something practical, y'all, because some of y'all dealing with cheating husbands, some of y'all dealing with, abusive situations. Some people are dealing with narcissistic personality disorders, and some people are just dealing with people you just married and just don't enjoy anymore. And how do you get through a tough day, a tough week, a tough month, a tough couple of years and still come out on the other side if you so choose to? Because I'm going to tell you, this is also a place where I believe the grass is greener on the other side. They'd be like, the grass is greener where you water it. No, 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 no. Because I've been over a few fences. We'll talk about that. And the grass is greener, but you still deal with some snakes in the grass, right? So you might not be dealing with a cheating husband, but you might be dealing with some crazy. Hey, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay. So you might be dealing with some crazy in laws, but again, the grass is greener where you decide to water it. And even right now, something was coming through, but the grass is greener where you decide to water it. And no, no, that's not what I was saying. Let me go back to that. The grass is green all the time, basically. I mean, sometimes the grass dies, sometimes it doesn't. But the grass is green, but there's snakes in the grass. That's what I was saying. So there's all these other issues you're dealing with. So choose your heart. That's all I say. Choose your heart. So, anyways, 50% of first marriages end in divorce, 67% of second marriages end in divorce, 73% of third marriages end in divorce, and less than 5% of people are crazy enough to do it. So we are some crazy folks over here because even if you did it one time, there's a 50-50 chance you might win, you might not. And here's the thing with marriage, there's no guarantees. I put that at the top of my practical part. I wish I could guarantee you a life of bliss and success, but there's no guarantees. But you still choose to do it. Just like there's no guarantees you won't get into an accident walking out your door, but you still choose to do it. There's no guarantees that even if you're in your house, something won't happen and you still choose to be there. I was watching American Greed the other day, and there was a guy just in his house and electrical lines outside. Something happened and the house caught on fire. So literally, we are living a life where every day it's kind of like Frogger. We're just trying to cross the street and something happens. So let's just make the best out of what we have going on. With that said, we typically start with the devotion, but I'm going to make Tuesday like it's a Monday, and we're going to go into some other things. I have a lot to share with you today. So I really want to get into I'm so happy y'all are joining. I really appreciate y'all being here. I actually ran a 5K yesterday. Woo woo, got a little medal and all of this. And I want to talk about, we're going to go into our power. There is a lot of power in the word of God. We all get that. We all know that, right? There's power whenever you decide to read. I honor all religions here, but there's power in reading books. Okay. I just making it powerful for you. So I pulled some things down off my shelves that have helped me. I have thousands, literally. Well, probably about 1,000 books because I've read a lot over the years and I've collected books and I was a teacher. 30 Days to Taming Your Tongue. Okay. Sometimes as women, you know, our tongues can really, it's just not good, right? So like it's literally a day, right? And it's just an affirmation, argumentative tongue. Okay. She has the argumentative tongue. Unlike divisive people whose actions destroy unity between parties. Argumentative people enjoy directly resisting anyone whose viewpoint is different from theirs. In fact, they seem to stay on high alert. Some of my glasses. In fact, they seem to stay on high alert for anything they can discuss that will get someone else on the defensive. Never without fodder for a verbal fight, they can always depend upon any discussion of religion or politics to produce unending quarrels. So she talks about this, why people do it. You might say, I don't do this, but to me, being self aware is extremely important. And she says, if you have a tendency to be contentious or argumentative, remember that it costs you absolutely nothing to respect someone's opinion, especially on matters that have no eternal consequences. And she gives you an affirmation every single day. I will resist becoming contentious by respecting everyone's right to have his own values and views. And it's just a book, Taming Your Tongue. Again, I talk about power over here because I know that power helps us win in life in every single area. Got a lot to say. I talk a lot about Dennis Kimbro, who talks about prayer is just one long conversation with God. He says, what makes the great great? One of my favorite all-time books. One of my favorite all-time books that I've read. But think about the things. He says, 9 principles of extraordinary achievement. Deep-seated spiritual beliefs, your inner voice about your spiritual beliefs, the I can credo. You are capable of those things you are capable of believing. What do you believe about your marriage? Your vision, your passion. Number 5, your courage, your character, your competence. Sometimes good enough. Sometimes good is not enough. Sometimes good is not enough. Okay. Everywhere we meet men and women who are almost successful. Okay. And he talks about competence is the difference between excellence and mediocrity. Self-confidence. I talk a lot about that. Sis, you got to have self-confidence, especially in your marriage. Discipline. The first and best victory, Plato wrote, is for man or woman to conquer himself. Okay. Himself. And he goes into that. So again, a lot of these I read because of business and they have now gone into my life. For some of you, taming your inner and your outer child. I've talked about the inner child, but the outer child. Chances are you've already had run ins with your outer child, the self sabotaging, bungling, impulsive part of your personality. The misguided, hidden nemesis blows your diet, overspends, and ruins your love life. Your outer child acts out and fulfills your legitimate childlike needs and wants in the wrong place at the wrong time and in counterproductive ways. It goes for immediate gratification and the quick fix in spite of your best laid plans. Okay, so again, the outer child is overcoming self sabotage and healing from abandonment. If you did not have a strong, if you didn't have a mother or father or grandparents, just life, something went on in your life, anything, especially dealing with abandonment, you really want to read about your inner and outer feelings. Inner child feels, outer child acts out feelings inappropriately. You don't have to be that person. So again, I want you to, when I talk about power, we not, you can pray for yourself. Okay. I believe I'll pray for you, which I do, but you can pray for yourself. A big book that's helped me in my marriage is Men Are Like Waffles and Women Are Like Spaghetti. One of the things that I have done in my marriage is really try to focus on studying men so that I understand, if my husband's watching a game or this and that, I talk during the commercials now. I tend to talk and compartmentalize, keep everything in this conversation because men are like waffles. Women, we are all over the place. Girl, we talk about 50 different conversations in one conversation, 50 different things. Men are like waffles. It is a quick, fun little read. It is. And he has, I like my little checklist, what he says, what she really means if she says, and what he really means if he says, I'm hungry, he means I'm hungry. If he says, I'm sleepy, he means I'm sleepy. If he says, do you want to go to a movie? He means I'd eventually like to have sex with you. Can I take you out to dinner? I'd like to have sex with you. May I have this dance? It's like all these things about sex. I love you. It's so cute. I like the way you cut your hair means, he says, she says, or they say in this book, I liked it better before. If he says, what he really means, if he says, let's talk, I'm trying to impress you by showing I'm a deep person. Maybe then you'll like to have sex with me. So it's all centered around sex. It's so funny. But when she says, what she really means, if she says we need, she means I want. It's your decision. The correct decision should be obvious by now. Do what you want. If she says that you'll pay for this later. You're so manly. You need a shave and you sweat a lot. This kitchen is so inconvenient. I want a new house. So again, it's like we say things, but we mean something different. He says things and he means what he says or he wants sex. So this is a cute little book, but it's more than that. But it helped me to really think about what I say versus what I mean, and to have clarity when I speak with my husband. And again, now when I speak with men, I have a lot of clarity too. I do a lot of business things, so I stay focused when I'm speaking to men, or I'll say something like, hey, just to change the conversation so that they know I'm going to another subject, because they're engrossed. Think about it: when you talk to a man and you move to another subject, he's still stuck on the other thing you said because he's trying to solve the problem. All right. So as we go into that, that's our power we talk about. Yes, read your word. That's what you do, but y'all need to be reading books. I mean, and I say it all the time. And I guess my friends around me now are like, oh, I read this or I'm doing this. I just feel like if you want to be on Facebook and TikTok and all that, like, listen to podcasts, listen to things that are going to help you become the best version of yourself. The next thing is, you do need to pray before you say, meditate, think upon the word, and understand the purpose of your relationship and your marriage is to make you the best version of yourself. If you have kids, it's to rear the kids. Some of us aren't fortunate enough to be in the relationship or marriage with our, person we had all of our children with. So again, make the best of whatever situation you're in. And then the practical side, because I am getting up on time, so I'm going to talk about some things here, and these are the practical things I bring in my notes. Hey, Robert, welcome to our call. And I'm going to bring this up 50%. Let me tell y'all something. So I created this new channel called Just Montina. And again, this is about relationships. I talk about, I don't know, it's just my kind of girly channel, feminine channel, life channel. I have a whole nother side of YouTube with a channel called Spark Wisdom at 40,000 subs. And it more was a lifestyle channel, went into business. And my folks there just didn't want to hear this. So I created this new channel. Well, when I started looking at the analytics, most of my shorts are women. Most of the videos are women. But majority of like my comments in on our lives are 50-50. They're like 52% women and 48% men. Men are watching this channel because they want to know that women are doing the work. They're watching these lives. So men are welcome here. This is a place we're not beating them up. Or they're like, women are really doing the work. They're sending me messages. So y'all in the comments, especially if you're single, leave some comments because they're over here. But we're going to talk about an unpopular opinion today. And I'm unpopular in a lot of spaces, meaning these are things that people, men especially, think and they don't say. And then when I get in my women's circles, we say these things. I can't overshare these things online. So come to Cancun if you're available. It is, some of us are going, and who's going to be there is going to be there. But I believe women should look good for their husbands. I do. It's an unpopular opinion. Some women, I'm just going, he has to accept me how I am. Well, there's enough books with you read and enough men online that that's not what they want. They want their women to, you reflect him, so you need to look the best that you can. Oh my God, Montina, all the time. Sis, take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your skin. Be the best version of yourself you can be. Whoever he met, dated, and married is what he likes. Okay. Now, again, I'm not a size, literally, I was like a size 2 in my 20s, and my husband met me now, but it's like, I'm like my size now, but this is what he likes. Be nice. Just be nice to the man. Isn't that something? Just be nice. Like, we shouldn't have to be told to be nice, but a lot of women just aren't nice. They're not nice. You want to be energetic and exciting. And y'all know I talk about being the finest you can be: fit, feminine, friendly, fun, interesting, nice, exciting, energetic, sexy, sassy, trauma free. That's why I got to do the work. I have an appointment with my therapist today. There's some things I'm like, there's some fine tuning things that, again, I'm self aware. So, again, be the best version. I used to be a part of a group before I got married, and the women were talking about being juicy. And now I'm reading books and they talk about the terms delicious. Like, think about these terms and how can you be. Yesterday, my husband and I were in the house. I went and ran my 5K. Here's my little medal. And he went and golfed with a couple of his buddies. And we came back in. I showered and did my hair. And just, it was real curly and big. And just had on a nice tank top, a nice cute pair of shorts. And we just sitting around the house. He cooked dinner. We ate. Our friend, he calls her Mama Ann. I call her Missy Ann. She came over. And it was just a nice time. And what I had on was cute, it was sexy, and it was appropriate because we even had a visitor. Now, if we had a man come over, I would have went upstairs, but that's different. The other thing I have here is don't miss out. I try to create acronyms to make this easy. Miss. Sis, be a little mysterious. I picked up a new hobby. I picked up belly dancing, and y'all know I go to my little sexy dancing classes. Y'all can do pole dancing. But I have a list of my hobbies. Your hobbies make you happy. So belly dancing. Now I'm going 5K in it with a couple of friends. There was like 8 of us there doing it. I like to go do things. I like to paint. Other things I have here. Um, I like to travel, which most people do. I love community. You guys know I'm running for office. So, what are some of the things that you're doing? You want to be a little mysterious and with your husband. Like sometimes I just look at him and do things that he enjoys. The other thing is be inspiring, okay? Breathe life into your relationship and also have interdependence, right? So he does his thing, I do my thing. We come together. Sometimes we do things and sometimes we're in the house. So have your interdependence. It's okay, sis. Sometime with us, we're like, I want him to do this and this. We all want more companionship from our men. Okay, all of us. And men are just men. Some men want to hang up under you and some don't. It just is what it is. But don't miss out on all of these other women. I don't want a man. I don't need a man. Because listen, it comes to a point. If you truly desire a man, you got to do what you got to do now. And it's no guarantees. You might, Montina, I'm doing all this. I'm actually going to give you a guarantee at the end. I'm going to give you one. I promise you. But it's not a guarantee about your marriage. Sis, I want you to stay sexy and sassy. I want you to be as cute as possible. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I use. And my husband laughs because I do these things. He's like, you always doing something. It's all going right. I got me this little mask because I like red light therapy. Look, look, look. So when I put my this little thing on, so when I do my facials, I probably got to charge it. Look, it give me a little red light therapy on my face. But I like things like this. It's girly. I have this for my skin. Sometimes I get out and just rub it, prevents cellulite. I don't know if it really does or works, but it's fun. There are things that you can do that are fun for you. So again, I want you to be as sexy as possible for yourself. It increases your self-esteem, your confidence. It's for you, sweetheart. Stay focused. One of my sister friends sent me something yesterday. She's like, oh my God, look at this online. It was like 8,000 responses. And basically, women were saying, like, living with a man was the worst decision they made. Getting married is the worst decision they made. Look, y'all, look, people always have opinions about marriage and being single. So that's why you have to stay focused. I'm not on social media, so I don't see a lot of the other stuff because I'm concentrating on this marriage. This is my third time, y'all. And some people judge, but I've had three husbands, or some women can't get one, can't get two. I've had three. I had an Aunt Martha. My grandma's aunt had seven. Okay. It is what it is. Don't, y'all don't shade people because people, it just is what it is. But let me tell you, you got to stay focused. I realized for me in this, like, okay, this is it for me. And not that my husband and I don't go down in the valley sometime, but we come back out. But it is what it is. So stay focused. And here's the other part of this. When I say don't miss out on what you have, building a business has been hard for me. I've been full-time entrepreneur. I actually now I'm a professor. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm trying to find my groove with this because I had to develop a rubric. And I was like, oh, this is a little challenging, starting out. Working out isn't easy. I went out this morning, my hair was all bushy. I was like, oh, let me braid it up at least for the call. I got calls today. I actually have a hair appointment today. I got to go to a gala this afternoon for the National Association of Minority Contractors. It's the opening ceremony. So it's gonna be a late day. None of this is easy. Doing my hair wasn't easy yesterday because I'm like, oh, cooking sometimes isn't easy. Cleaning up after yourself. Like I said, grading the papers. I'm going into politics. I'm watching 4 videos a day just to get on top of this. And I'm not campaigning until 2025. What part of life is easy? And then we come into a marriage like, "Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This is just supposed to be easy. Are you kidding me? The person you're with all the time is supposed to be the easiest relationship. Sometimes it is the most challenging, but find what works. Study him. I have studied my husband to the point where, I mean, I just do things. Like sometimes I have his water ready, his snacks ready. I know when he's hungry. I have one friend that said her husband wanted to fast, and she said in her mind, she's like, because I know he's going to get a little hangry. Understand them. And there are times, sis, where again, you're going to do things. I'm going to an event and I'm going to sign up. My husband's not probably going to want to go. And it is what it is. I said, baby, you want to come and do a 5K? He said, hell no. That's what he said. He didn't even just, what nice? No, it's not his thing. And it's okay. I think sometimes we do look at other people like, oh, I wish my husband was there. But don't miss out on what your husband is doing. Because I'm telling you, I could tell you, oh my God, my husband does this. But on the other hand, he might be doing some crazy things over here, and every woman would not go for that. But there's things that every man wouldn't go for as it relates to me. Stay focused, sis. Okay. So that was the practical things I wanted to say, but just don't miss out on what you have. Be mysterious. Okay. Because again, one of the things I started thinking about, because I take these little sexy dance classes and my belly dance classes, and now I'm doing some things at home, is these women, they're just mysterious. Like there's something sensual about them, something sexy about them, something different about them. Pay attention that women that are just a little different. And again, find your way. You stay focused. So I think that's all I had to share from a practical side. Your hobbies make you happy. If y'all want to get in on the belly dancing, I found her online. It's like $9. And she does like live classes, girl. You be getting it. I love it. I do. If you're in Atlanta area, I go to little dance classes. You can wear your lingerie, you can wear your clothes. It's only women, okay? No men allowed in our classes because it's a safe space for women of all sizes, everything. And we just be in there having a good time, all ages and everything. But you need hobbies. Self-care is important. Self-maintenance is important. Y'all know I love everything, playing with my skin, my hair, just all kind of fun stuff. And then you do need your sister circle. But again, that doesn't have to be one-on-one. Find your group, find your tribe, do 5Ks, go painting. Try to have groups where you can have fun and talk unicorns and rainbows. We're all dealing with something. Again, if I'm not dealing with it today, I might be dealing with it tomorrow. We're all, and I can go back even in my videos and look at times and I'm like, oh, and again, I'm talking to y'all. You ain't even talking back to me. I'm telling you, it is sometimes I'm just like, what the hell? But it just is what it is because I have trained my mind to focus on so much of the things that I enjoy about my husband and the qualities. The 80-20 rule, 80% of the time, I don't have no problems. But 20% when I do, and they're not like, it's like a little bit, it'd be like stuff, you'd be like, I'm ready to sign the papers. But then I'm like, okay, Montina, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. And this, I'm telling you, if you start journaling, you'll figure it out. And then now I'm starting to look at this day, this year, comparing it to last year, like I do my books and my business, my balance sheet. And I'm like, he was acting like this last year. What's coming up? Is there something major that happened around this time of the year? And sometimes there is. If your husband has lost a parent, if your husband has had major losses, if he's dealing with financial challenges, dealing with crazy people at work, he's dealing with a lot. And he won't even bring it to you most of the time. And that's part of the challenge is men don't communicate things to us. But guess what? That's because you have hips and he has shoulders. He can handle that burden. Put on your whole armor, sis. Ephesians 6:11, put it on, put it on, put it on, put it on, put it on. You're going to deal with some things. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Why? Because the joy of the Lord is your strength. Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Here's the ending of this. There is a guarantee. There is a guarantee. You do all of these things and keep yourself the way you're supposed to. There is a guarantee. Can't guarantee your marriage. I can't. I'm not God. And I wouldn't do it anyway. God doesn't guarantee. God gives us free will. But I guarantee you will always have options. Not that you need them, but you take care of yourself. You do the inner work, the outer work. You walk around like you the ish, no matter. Like I said, this ain't a size thing. This ain't a color thing. I have friends all across everything. Okay. But sis, I don't walk up out my house. Not one day do I go any place where there is not a man. I have his attention if I do so desire it. Not a day. If I'm going someplace and there's men, mm-mm, because we're mysterious. I was at New Black Wall Street this weekend. I went to a play all by myself, and I didn't even realize it was on my calendar. And that was Sunday, and it was why am I still thinking it was a little cute play? And so there was a man out there, and there's a gentleman that sells hot sauce. I'll give y'all the scenario. And I looked at him and I said, and I know the entrepreneur. I said, you need to buy all them hot sauces. He said, you need to come over here and buy these hot sauces. I said, I have all the hot sauces. And I went over to him. He's like, you making me nervous, but I was just being friendly. But again, you would never run out of options. And your man, your husband needs to not that you're trying to make him jealous, but when you're doing everything, you make him proud too. When he's doing what he's supposed to do, he makes you proud too. So again, this is a safe space for women that are doing the work. And sis, I know you could do everything in the world for a man and it still might not work, but you're going to have some options. Okay. Let me look into here. Hello to everyone. Good morning to all my friends, your podcast. Hey, Gia. Good morning. Hey, Sophia. Hey, Sina. Hello, Grand Rising. Hey, Tiffany. Hello. Hope. You guys, hey, Twana. I sent some text messages and Robert was over here hanging out with us. Hey, Glendora. Hey, Deshonda. I see y'all. So I appreciate y'all being here. We are going to have an amazing week, and I'm going to see y'all back here tomorrow. I know we're going over a little bit, but it is what it is. Okay, we got a lot to do and say, and there's no place else online that's doing the work. Doing the work, sis. We doing the work. And your husband don't need to know you're doing the work, but it's gonna reflect in your life. Okay. All right, y'all. Have an amazing rest of the day. Bye. That's